Hey everyone. Okay, I just finished another episode of Marie Kondo's show, and this one is the one with Clarissa and Mario. And it was such a beautiful episode because we've seen many episodes where the woman has struggled with the decluttering process, and this is one where the man really had a struggle of letting go of things, and for a variety of reasons that I think were really powerful. So they start off with their story and just the romantic beginnings of how they met each other and just the romance and the excitement, and kind of shared that they just collected things, kept memories, kept the things that connected them, and they just sort of held on to those items. And so they start to kind of prepare you for what their clutter looks like, which is memory related. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Kathy. So we're talking about Clarissa and Mario. Hey, Ollie. And this episode of collecting things that have memories attached to them for a variety of reasons. And one of the cluttering styles I talk about in my course is the mirror clutterer, who sees themselves in the items that they keep. And largely we see this happen with people who had just wonderful memories starting out, like those romantic beginnings in the relationship. You just want to keep everything, don't you? Like, hold on to that, because maybe by keeping that you can still feel that spark. So Marie emphasizes why we clean, why we declutter. And she says, you want to create a space that sparks joy. I've been talking with a lot of people recently about our why we want this goal, why we want this mission statement, why we want to do particular things. And I come back to the point, it's so important to know your why, to be so mindful of why you do what you do. Largely because we get into this place of mindlessness, doing whatever. And when we're mindful that we are cleaning our home right now, we are decluttering because we want to have a place that sparks joy, that brings us happiness, that we want to go into the future with, then we have our why. Then it's for the greater good beyond I'm cleaning up after my kids for the 20th time today, or I'm having to, clean up the kitchen after cooking and I'm just so tired of this process. No, I want to walk into my kitchen and feel the joy of it. And so that's why I'm cleaning. That's why I'm picking up these toys. So the importance again of mindfulness and mindlessness versus mindlessness with what we keep and why we're doing what we're doing. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. So Mario has collected sneakers for over 25 years, which I was like, I don't think I have anything, like a collection of anything for over 25 years. Maybe pictures, clearly. But sneakers. And he said 95% have never been used. 95% of the sneakers that he owns, he's never used. And he said even most of them I haven't even actually put on. But he keeps them because that's a part of him. He collects shoes. He's done it since childhood. He respected the people who created the shoes, or like the Michael Jordans kind of thing. Loved the athlete, the player, and therefore, by loving that, kept those things. And so here we have the mirror clutterer. He sees himself in the items he's keeping. They're a part of me. I collect shoes. Everybody knows I collect shoes. I'm known as the shoe guy, basically. And it becomes hard to then let it go. He later says, I don't know who Mario will be at the end of this journey. And how often we have clutter we keep, mental, emotional, physical, because it defines who we are. At least that's what we believe. And we think by letting it go, we don't know who we are anymore. So he says it's uncharted territory. But I think if we really sit with ourselves and we let go of those things, we realize we are the same person we always were. Shoes are not. Item that we keep are not. And so it is a safety net. It is protection to keep those items. So we have to be very careful. You guys, greeting your house. We all need to do it. That's your homework by the next time I make a video. And I only have one episode left, guys. I'm hoping to get it done either tomorrow or the next day. So in the next 24 to 48 hours, I want you to take a moment, get your family involved if you want, or just do it privately because you might feel like a crazy person. Sit in your home wherever feels right, but do it on the ground because that's how Marie does it. and greet your home. Be thankful for it. Thank you for the space. Thank you for protecting us, for taking care of our things, for providing a space for us to join together. Greet your house. And I want you to tell me how it was the next time I post a video. I'm going to be doing it probably after this video because I meant to do it before, but I just got excited. I wanted to share with you guys. So if we can get into a practice of gratitude, how much that lets go of a lot of emotional clutter we're facing. It's really important. So greet our house. That's your homework, okay? So Marie shares that when we have a sense of gratitude for our things that we're letting go, it lessens the feeling of guilt. And that's very true. A lot of times if we focus on the negatives and we don't lean on anything positive, it will feel guilt and we won't let go. We'll feel shame, embarrassment, whatever it might be, anger, frustration. When we say thank you to that item, thank you for this memory, thank you for whatever, and then let it go, you show that item honor and respect, but it also tells yourself you have thanked it. It has come to completion. It's time to let it go, which I think is really a really cool mentality of you're going to feel guilty, and the way to combat that is through gratitude. Okay, this is for all of us who wear clothes we're not happy wearing, okay? When you finally decide to declutter your clothing, I found it so important. Marie says, clothing teaches us what we like to wear and what we don't like to wear. So when you let go of that clothing you do not enjoy anymore, remember you learned a lesson from it. You learned what you don't actually enjoy, whether it be the color, whether it be the style, whether it be the fit. And you just say, thank you for teaching me this. So when you are going through the gratitude process of letting go of things, specifically like clothing, I think it's really good that you go, thank you for teaching me that I don't look good in stripes, or this color, or this style isn't my style. And then donate it to a home for somebody who it will, and that they'll be happy that they have that style or that fit. Kathy, you said, this afternoon, but I'm slightly worried I will have nothing left to wear. You're decluttering this afternoon, your clothing? Yeah! Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I wish I could be there with you. Maybe you call me later. You're worried you'll have nothing to wear, but the things you're going to have to wear, maybe the 2 items, you're going to rock that for the first couple weeks until you go shopping. And I know, Kathy, you have shared with me, you do not enjoy shopping because you have a hard time finding what sparks joy. But I think if you go through this process, like she said, and you let go of the items and you note why you do not like those items, like, this doesn't fit because of, and maybe write that down. When you go shopping, and I know you don't like it, but maybe you take Nikki with you. When you go shopping, be able to say, this looks good on me, this doesn't look good on me. Oh wait, I'm falling into old patterns and buying something I already know I don't like. So, and that might help. Okay. And Nikki, you don't like shopping too? Then 2 of you join together and hopefully you enjoy it together. Make it something fun. Maybe you have to have some champagne in the process. Okay, so let me make sure I wanted to touch base on, yes, again, clothing teaches us what we like and what we don't like. Mario struggles to let go of many items because his parents struggled and suffered financially in his childhood and held on to things, basically they sacrificed and then held on to the things that they could because that's all they had. So Mario learned, 1, hold on to things because you might not have anything. And 2, if I get rid of these things, it's showing disrespect to my parents for the sacrifice they made, that even when we had nothing, they still made sure we had good experiences. We went to special sports games because they knew I loved it. They got me that special pair of shoes that I loved. And that's why he doesn't let go of these things. So being able to understand that when we let go of an item, it shows no disrespect to the person. We still appreciate what sacrifices they made. And we say, okay, I want my future to look like this. And it's probably not with those items. So I'm going to give them to a home that's going to bring them joy and happiness and appreciation. Because like the shoes, they're just in boxes in a closet. They're not even being looked at or used. So what appreciation does that really show for the item itself? I have this struggle with toys that people get my children, like family members or friends, where I'm like, well, they put all this time and investment and they spent money, and especially if I know they don't have a lot of money, and they, it mattered to them to buy them a gift. When we get into that pattern of feeling guilty and feeling like we have to hold on to something because it was a gift, then literally I probably keep a ton of things. That's not the purpose of why they gave the gift. They gave the gift because they wanted it to bring joy and happiness to you. And if it's something where you've got like 3 of that item or 2 of that item, then give it to a home where it will give that joy. You are appreciative they gave that gift. You are thankful that they gave you this. It's not that you're not. It's just time for it to go somewhere else. Okay, Kathy, I think I struggle with shopping as I only go when I really need something and then feel pressured. Yeah. Isn't that true that I'm not able to open the rest of your message, Kathy, I'm sorry. But how often we feel this sort of sense of like, I need this item, so I got to rush and go do it. So we go home with something that will do rather than going as and when, but okay. I'm recognizing the whole guilt thing. Guilt is a powerful motivator in the wrong direction. Okay? So if you and a friend go shopping because you're like, I'm going to get clothes, not I need clothes, but I'm going to go get clothes that I enjoy, then it becomes a fun process. And then you kind of work through the I don't enjoy this, I do enjoy this kind of thing, versus I really need a new shirt, or I need this for this event, and it becomes stressful. Okay, so Mario has to learn how to honor and respect what suffering and struggles his parents went through by understanding he doesn't have to hold on to those actual items anymore. And some things he still keeps because they do have such a deep memory, and they're pregnant, they're having a son, and I think he's also thinking, I want to pass this on to my child. Now, here's the thing. Your child then gets to the decision to say, I want to keep this or not. So you do have to decide, is this an item that if passed on and they decide to declutter and get rid of, how will you feel about that? So is it really necessary that you pass it on to them? You have to decide. Okay. So I want us to practice more mindfulness of what we have and why we have it, and whatever decluttering method you choose, if it's the KonMari method, if it's doing one whole room at one time, why do you have what you have? And is it something you want to go into the future with you? Does it have a purpose into making you more joyful, into taking care of things, helping you, or is it something that's continuing to weigh you down by taking up space? Mario walks into his garage and he says, I love walking in here now. Okay, how many rooms in your home can you say that about? That you love walking into that room? And if you have children, especially older children, let's not count those rooms because that's their choices. But the communal rooms, how many rooms do you enjoy walking into? Like, can you name all of them? Like, all the rooms in your home you can say that to, except for those rooms that really belong to someone else? Or is it only a couple rooms, or are there no rooms? How important it is to have a home that we enjoy walking into that room. And that is something my husband and I, we've gotten hooked on this again, remembering, because we did this 4 years ago. We KonMari'd our apartment back in the States. But we want to feel when we walk into our rooms. So the importance of doing that. Hey, Amanda, of saying, I want rooms that I want to walk into. Okay. Last, I had a coffee date with a friend this morning. And I was reminded of this in my life, and we were talking about it in her life. This whole spark joy concept isn't just about physical things. And in the clutter course I teach, we need to be looking at our relationships. Are we really keeping people around us that spark joy, that help us grow, that challenge us? Sometimes people who challenge us don't always feel good in the moment because maybe they call us out or whatever, but truly it helps us to be better people. And we want those people in our lives to help us move forward. So what sparks joy in how you use your time? What sparks joy in habits? And I'm not saying what's comfortable. What sparks joy? What makes you feel good? If sitting on the couch all day, watching television, eating food, on my super purposeful, lazy time that, I want to have, I block out, if only an hour of that actually makes me feel good, and the rest has just become because I've already was laying there, so why get up, then I'm going to struggle. If I go, I only need an hour of this, and now I want to do this, I'm being very mindful of what's going to make me happy in that moment, that spark joy concept is going to bleed into other areas of my life. So as you watch these episodes, think about what other areas of your life you want to start changing things so that they start to spark joy, that you enjoy how you're using your time, how you or who you're spending time with, what you're doing with your time. And then see how you can reevaluate that. And that might take some journaling, like really writing down the categories, people, places, things, habits, and going, what really brings me happiness? And maybe you're not even doing those things right now, and you need to start adding them to your schedule. Okay, Kathy. Let's see. Oh no, Nikki, you're replying to Kathy. My fleece I have in 20 plus years old. Yay. Okay. So we hold on to things, don't we? Because we've had it forever. It's part of us. This is just who we are. It's a struggle. Yeah. So letting go of those things are challenging, but it's worth it when we want to think about who we want to be in the future, who we want to be now, and moving forward. Okay, let me know your thoughts about the episode of Clarissa and Mario. I realized I didn't really talk about Clarissa because truly the focus was on Mario in this episode and his journey of letting go and not feeling guilty for letting go and moving forward. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I have one episode left. I'm so sad. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a season 2. I've kind of heard the grapevine there will be. But this is so exciting. Like the change it's bringing people. I don't know if you're seeing the posts people are making, the blogs, the videos, like it's creating this epidemic with things. I want you to take it a step further and spark joy in your life, in your relationships, more positive connections of what is it I want in my life. So take it a step further, ladies, and enjoy the rest of your day.